Today we are analyzing one of the oldest videos on our channel to show you the video editing mistakes that 90% of brands make and how you can avoid them to make your videos 10 times better, even if this is your first attempt. Let's go. If you look at the first few videos of almost any brand out there, and I'm not talking about the big wigs with huge budgets, you will find that these videos are often low in quality, they're awkward, and they're just not interesting to watch. But that's not just because they didn't use a good enough camera. Most of these are editing mistakes and they can be tackled with good editing, but most people do not know how to identify these in the first place. Let me give you an example. Before I go ahead and tell you the major mistakes in this video that we are analyzing today, I want you to take a look at this clip and tell me if you can spot the first and one of the most important mistakes. And by the way, this is one of the biggest killers of retention for most YouTube videos. And retention is one of the most important metrics that you want to be paying attention to when it comes to your YouTube videos, because that determines your watch time, and your watch time determines whether your channel will eventually grow.
Want to learn about one of the biggest video creation techniques that all creators use? This is a super important technique to master as a video creator, and it's going to take your videos to the next level. Hey everyone, I'm Teresa with InVideo, and today I'm going to be talking about B-roll. If you're new to video editing, you might not be familiar with the term B-roll, but I guarantee you've seen it before.
Did you spot it? The mistake is repetition. In this video, the point that B-roll is important is being repeated 11 times in 3 minutes. That is completely unnecessary use of video time. Repetition is also one of the biggest reasons that our videos end up being longer than they really need to be. And longer videos kill retention faster than you can say YouTube, because you still haven't mastered the skills that are required to keep your audience's attention for that long. So to make your videos more effective, you want to minimize repetition and optimize your content for the value that it provides per minute. And believe it or not, the easiest way to do this is to write better scripts. Now you might feel like you don't want to write a script and you just want to start your camera and start recording right away to make the video feel more natural. Don't. Because unless you've built an audience base that wants to watch you ramble on for hours at end, you want to keep things crisp and to the point. In fact, here's a video for writing better scripts that you should definitely check out for help in this department. And don't worry, if you do end up repeating things while in the flow in front of the camera, you can remove those repetitions right out while you're editing. That's what editing is for. Now, despite your scripting and editing, if you feel like a video is going to be super long, it is always a better idea to break it down into multiple pieces of content, multiple smaller videos, and create a playlist out of that, because that will also help your retention and watch time tremendously. And that brings us to the next important aspect, which is key in improving the quality of your videos, and that is creating a stellar intro. After your thumbnail, your intro is actually the first impression of your video that a viewer gets. That is why having a great intro is the single most important determinant in whether somebody is going to watch your video further or not. But as expected, anybody who's starting out rarely ever pays attention to this. For videos on YouTube, most people drop off and stop watching within the first 30 seconds of the video. The people usually remaining after the 30-second mark potentially do continue to watch your videos till the end. This means that you want as many people as possible watching after the first 30-second mark if you want good retention on your videos. Great videos can often have retention as high as 70 to 80%, but anything above the 50% mark is a good starting point. Because let's face it, if you've lost more than 50% of your audience within the first 30 seconds, your video is not going anywhere. To that effect, let's take a look at the intro for this video.
Want to learn about one of the biggest video creation techniques that all creators use? Adding B-roll to your videos can single-handedly take your videos from looking like this
that within the first 30 seconds, the video isn't providing any real valuable information. So far, the only thing the audience knows is that they're going to get information on B-roll, which is something that is already present in the title and the thumbnail. Contrast that with this video.
One way to level up your videos is by adding B-roll. And in this video, I'll be defining what B-roll is, and then I'm going to take you behind the scenes and show you how to shoot and edit B-roll so you can add it into your next video.
Here we get a lowdown of exactly what to expect in the video within the first 19 seconds. While both of these videos followed a very similar intro style, the second one did a much better job because it followed the show don't tell policy. you will see that while talking, the creator also shows the audience exactly what he's going to be talking about instead of just having his talking head in the frame. And this is the practice that you want to adopt no matter what kind of intro you're creating. You already saw this for the straightforward kind of intro, but you can also do a similar thing for a cold intro, which is this practice of showing the most interesting bits of information or the most interesting pieces of information from your video right in the beginning before you even start. The more you can show clips where the action is depicting the story being told, the better you can capture the viewer's attention. Now you must have noticed another thing in Omar's video as compared to the one on our channel, and that is the scenes change very quickly. Apart from ensuring that the information he's providing is super valuable and relevant, he also ensures that the visual scene on screen changes every 3 to 5 seconds. This ties in with the next factor that most newbies miss out on when they're trying to make engaging videos, and that is the pacing of your videos. Now, pace isn't just about making your videos as fast as possible. It's about creating content that flows seamlessly so that you can keep your viewers hooked for as long as possible and they can binge watch your content. One of the easiest ways to improve the pace of your videos is to increase the frequency with which the visuals on screen change. If you let one single visual, for instance your talking head, play on screen for too long, people's attention will drop off and they're more likely to stop watching your video. A good starting point, therefore, is to have the visuals change every 3 to 6 seconds and maintain that throughout the video. One way to do this is by adding B-roll, which is supplemental footage or footage that supplements what you're talking about in your videos. You can either go ahead and shoot B-roll, or you can access a stock library like the one that comes inbuilt with InVideo and offers you millions of stock footage options to play around with. Yet another way is to zoom in and out of a clip, especially for talking head videos, to suddenly switch up the visual field, just like we did here. Zooming in and zooming out is also a great way to hide the cuts you've made, to remove unnecessary portions in the video, or to remove breath pauses. Being able to hide your cuts can do wonders for the pacing of your video, but most people don't know this, which is why their videos end up looking choppy and jarring to begin with. Apart from zooming in and zooming out and using B-roll, you can also use things like text, transitions, animations, images. These are elements that can not only help you hide cuts or cover up poorly shot parts of your videos, but also massively improve the pace of your videos, making them 10 times more engaging. And that is exactly what we want to do if we want viewers to keep watching till the end. Most newbies don't pay any attention to sound, let alone include sound effects in their videos. And that, my friends, is a pivotal mistake. Not using the right kind of music for your videos can completely throw your viewers off. For instance, if I put comedy music on this running clip, it makes absolutely no sense. The music you pick should match the emotion that you want your viewer to feel when they're watching your video. For instance, if you're making a motivational video, you want to use an epic music track to convey that emotion. But for a talking head video like this one, you want to choose music that doesn't interfere with what you're saying, while also maintaining the rhythm of the video. The music alone doesn't quite cut it, so we circle back to our point of sound effects. Using sound effects can massively improve the retention of your videos because they can be used to draw the viewer back in if their attention starts to waver. You ideally want to have a sound effect every time you emphasize or illustrate a point, but it also helps to add them to complement your story. For instance, adding the ticking clock sound effect when you want to show passage of time, or adding a creaking sound when you are showing the door opening. These are good examples of how sound can actually enhance the mood of your video. Now let's take a look at what this video looks like with all of these changes.
Hey everyone, I'm Teresa with NVideo, and today I'm going to be talking about B-roll. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what B-roll is, what it's used for, how you can plan and shoot it, and how to edit it. And make sure you stick around to the end because I'm going to share an amazing B-roll hack that I think you're really going to like. All right, let's get started.
Massive difference, right? Now, before we get to the next and one of the most important video editing mistakes to avoid, go ahead and show your edited draft to your friends and colleagues and get their feedback. Feedback is super important because it helps you figure out where in your video is people's attention wavering. You can then use this input to make certain edits to your videos, maybe add some visual elements or sound effects or any other interesting bits to get that attention right back up. you can actually go ahead and get feedback for your videos within the in-video editor. All you need to do is add in the email addresses of the people that you want to show the video to, and they can then give comments right away within the editor itself, and you can make the changes right there. Now, once your final draft, after all that feedback is ready, you want to go ahead and look at what your ending or your conclusion looks like. If it looks something like this.
If this video was helpful for you, make sure you hit that like button, share it with anyone else you know who's interested in video editing.
Well, you're not really making use of having retained your audience all the way to the end. A great way to conclude your video and to ensure that your viewers get maximum value out of it is to gently nudge them in direction of another video that would be an add-on to what they've already seen, or something that will help them further their learning. Just like I'm telling you to go watch this video next if you want to continue learning about video editing. And with that, let us know which of these tips you found most useful. This is Aditi.
Đăng ký dùng thử miễn phí phần mềm tạo video tại trang web invideo.me.